The DICAS Application: How to Succeed and Survive. Before we dive into the steps to complete your application for an internship, I first want to congratulate you for nearing the end of your program and deciding to take the next steps to become a dietitian. Now, the DICAS application can be quite intimidating, but hopefully after the conclusion of this presentation, you will be more at ease when completing this. It is a highly competitive process with 51% of those who apply getting a match. Therefore, you need to take considerable time in pulling together your computer match or DICAS application packet. The first question you may actually have is, what is DICAS? DICAS stands for Dietetic Internship Centralized Application Service. The second question you may have is, what is the importance of DICAS? Essentially, DICAS is a one-stop shop as you complete your application online and then have the ability to select the internships you want to apply to. Finally, preceptors have access to the site, so ultimately it reduces the length of time you may hear back from an internship site about if you're a match with their program or not. The steps that are listed on this slide are an accumulation for myself, recent grad students in our program who have gone through the process just a short bit ago, and the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Let's dive further into each of these steps in the next slides. Even though all of these steps are important, this is the one step that will set you up for success when applying to the DICAS site. Why? Well, you would know more about each program. You will have a better understanding if the program participates in DICAS or not. Side note, why waste time and money if a program does not even participate in DICAS? I recommend researching a minimum of 5 programs. You can identify these programs from the Accreditation Council for Education in Nutrition and Dietetics, as they list all the accredited dietetic programs. If you need assistance with the site, do not hesitate to ask. After identifying these programs, go to their actual website. Nose around their site to see what their program specializes in, such as medical nutrition therapy, community nutrition, public health, wellness, and others. Also, you can find out about the program's cost, where you will actually be doing your internship, such as near the program's main site, or you will need to commute each day, and knowing the program length. The standard amount of hours to complete your internship is 1,200, but each site is different, and so some sites will have you complete your internship in 6 months, while others may take 9. Additionally, find out if the program offers a master's or beyond. As a side, in 2025, all students will need a master's to practice as an entry-level dietitian. It is also important to note how many dietetic students the programs accept each year, how many matches they participate in. Most programs participate in either 1 or 2, spring and or fall. You will want to know what else the program will offer. For example, if you're interested in research, will the program allow you to conduct research? If you're interested in programs, do not hesitate to contact the DI coordinators to find out if you can visit campus, if they have an open house, or the questions you have. They are there to help you, just as we are here to help you. Bottom line, can you see yourself at that DI site? Remember, if you're matched with that DI, that is where you are going. While Hawaii in January sounds wonderful, will you really go to Hawaii for a DI? If you apply there and are matched, then that is where you will go. On to step 2. The personal statement, the most time-consuming aspect of this application, but the most rewarding if you do it well. I would recommend, if you have not already started on your personal statement, you better, as it is so much better to write it and then continue to revise, edit before you are satisfied and send it off. Also, ask me or another faculty member to read your statement. We are happy to give you our feedback in order to improve your chances to get matched. Some tips to writing a perfect personal statement. Be unique. Really think about why you want to be in the dietetics profession and what drew you in the first place. Be realistic. You can't solve the world's problems, but you can touch certain lives depending on where you will be practicing. Critically think about your strengths and weaknesses. We all know you're awesome, but what do you need to improve on? Maybe you need to improve on your scientific writing or time management or reducing the amount of times you say yes. Also, critically think about the short and long-term goals. Programs all know if you're applying to their program, you want to be a dietitian. So, what else are you hoping to accomplish during your time in that program? Is it to improve on your scientific writing or learning how to work with a population you normally do not work with? What about long term? Tie it back to why you want to be a dietitian. Is it because you want to create programs for newly diagnosed type 1 diabetic children or create a cooking program for inmates? Do not be afraid to be honest. The personal statement is the only time a program may have to decide if you are the best fit for them or not. So don't appear like you are Diana Prince or Clark Kent when in reality you're a Wonder Woman or Superman. Be concise, but provide enough explanation that the program directors can make their decision to match you with their program. Remember that your writing ability as well as the content will be evaluated. Whew! Step 3, here we come. As with your personal statement, you need to get a head start on requesting transcripts once you identify the programs you will be applying to. I understand you will not have an official transcript from Eastern until you graduate. Programs understand this as well as DICAS. However, you still need to upload an unofficial transcript until you have an official one. Once you are matched with the program and after you graduate it, you will submit the official transcript through DICAS. If you did attend other schools such as community colleges or transferred from another college or university, those official transcripts will need to be sent to DICAS. That was quick. Now on to step 4. Your resume is a necessary component to help you provide the necessary information on the DICAS application in regards to the honors, awards, certificates received and attained, your volunteer and work experiences in relation to the dietetics field, and other miscellaneous experiences that would help you succeed in the program. For example, you were manager at Walmart or held an executive position at your sorority or fraternity. We are halfway through the steps, and now on to step 5. The all-important recommendation letters. You may have several questions about who to ask. I would suggest asking the professor's employer who knew you best, not the ones who may have only taught you for an 8-week online summer class, or the employer who you worked with for 2 weeks. Ask your professor's employer early enough to write you a recommendation letter. For example, if you're applying to the February match and it is January 31st and you are finally asking them for a recommendation letter, don't be surprised if they say no, or write your recommendation letter that highlights your poor time management skills. A good idea would be to ask your professor's employer before Thanksgiving winter break to write you one. That way you can send them kind reminder emails early in January that you still need them to send in their recommendation letter. Your professor's employer will upload their recommendation letter right into DICAS, so do not expect them to send the letter to you to upload. Once the professor's employer has uploaded your letter, you will see notification from DICAS. Oh, here's another important tip about when you ask your professor's employer for a letter. Send them your resume and provide them with a statement or two about what your ideal career is, working with children or elders. This way they may be able to tie in that career goal with your performance in the classroom and at work. Okay, step 6, here we come. The DPD verification statement is an official document that signifies that the student has met all academic and professional requirements as dictated by the Accreditation Council for Education in Nutrition and Dietetics, or called ASEN, of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. I will send you the statement after your degree has been conferred, but you have already seen this form as I had you fill this out in 4751 Nutrition Therapy regarding your name, date of birth, mother's maiden name, and the address to send these statements to. If you have not yet graduated, you will receive the Declaration of Intent. This indicates the remaining courses you have left to complete until you are able to receive this verification statement. Once you fill in these classes, I will receive an email through DICAS to verify that you do in fact have these remaining courses to take. Once I complete that part, you will receive another email from DICAS to ensure I was correct, and then you can accept to move on to the next part of the application. Easy peasy. Now step 7. The entire DICAS application is a time-consuming process, so do not think you can start the application process the same day that the application is due. You will not get it done on time. Start early. Many students begin this application process during winter break, as there are 3 weeks to work on each aspect of the application. This way you have time to review each part you completed to ensure it is accurate. The deadlines for the application is 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, regardless what state you are applying to. Also remember, kinks occur with technology. So if your computer freezes at 11:59 p.m. and you cannot submit your application, sorry, it is late. And most programs do not accommodate you and will not look through your application as you wait until the very last minute to try and submit the application. Do not hesitate to ask me or students who have successfully matched with Eastern's dietetic internship program for help. One final bit of info. Go to ASEN's website through eatright.org and scroll to the bottom until you hit the headline timelines. Click on those dates of when you will likely be applying to DICAS. This will open up PDFs to provide an overview of the exact dates for you to register to D&D Digital, start the application to DICAS, and other helpful dates. There are resources available, so use them. Finally, step 8. In order to match with the program, you need to go through the D&D Digital site to rank your programs. Program directors themselves will rank an applicant through the D&D Digital system. Thus, you will receive an email on a specific date of whether or not you match with the program of your desire. Do not contact the program prior to this match date, as they cannot provide you with any information. After the match date, you can contact the program and either confirm your acceptance into their program, or else if you did not match with them, ask questions to improve your chances to match with them in the future. Remember, it is not the end if you do not receive a match. This is time to reflect, regroup, and decide your next steps. I cannot emphasize this enough, though. Reach out to the program if you did not match with them and ask them how to improve on your application for next time. Maybe it was for the fact you were applying to a predominantly medical nutrition therapy program and you did not have much volunteer experience working this particular population, or your personal statement was very broad and the program director could not determine what you wanted or were interested in and how the program could help you. Here's some miscellaneous thoughts. Applying to the programs can quickly add up in costs, and these are not refundable. So if you did not get a match with the program, you cannot get back the fees for what you paid to DICAS, D&D Digital, and if the program itself had costs. You will also need to consider if the program offers a master's. The cost it will be to apply to the graduate school and to the program. You may also need to take the GRE if the program offers a master's, so that will be another fee. Remember, we recommended that you apply to 3 to 5 DI sites, so this will add up very quickly. Where to obtain more information? Visit these sites listed on this slide. Do not wait until the last minute to do this. You need to be prepared prior to diving into this application. It is not like an assignment where you may be able to get away with waiting until the day before it is due. Although no professor would agree this is a good tactic to take, especially as we know who procrastinates and those who do not, and your scores may reflect this. As you know, only about half of those who apply to DI get a match. So we need to have a few contingency plans in place. I strongly recommend that you have your plans B, C, and D in place before appointment day, as you will be very emotional on that day. So a few possible contingency plans. Plan B. The second round of matching occurs within days after appointment date. This is when dietetic internship sites who didn't match a full class accept applications. Plan C. Based on the weaker areas of your DICAS application, maybe you need to get more dietetic work experience. Plan D. Maybe your grades weren't the best, so graduate school might be a better option. Here's some final thoughts. Breathe, relax. You will get through this.